Do that again. Come on, man.
I don't think anybody wants that ever.
Give it the bedroom voice.
All right then. Close to the microphone.
All right. Hey, we're like recording there for video.
Hey, we're doing a recording thing. We're doing a thing. Nice.
All right.
So, good morning. Well, it's not morning for wherever you are. It could be good whatever day
hello.
you're having. Hey.
That's what we say. We say hello.
Hello there. I'm Garen. I'm the...
We're gonna turn this on before you start.
We're doing the video.
We're gonna do a separate thing for the video.
Fine. Continue. That's fine. Do your thing. That's fine. We can do 2 intros.
You confuse me.
No, you're confusing yourself.
So I guess this is exclusive.
This is on.
It's not live. It's Memorex.
But it's... Ooh. It just show how old we are, the fact it is. It's not live, it's Memorex. Oh, God. And that
life is cruel that
and
way.
And the commercial with the guy sitting in his chair and
the dog with the goggles. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. So, we're old. Remember that.
What's this Wii stuff?
You're still old, all right?
I'm not old.
Hey, you're over 30. You officially cannot be trusted. So, you're the man and officially cannot be trusted. Didn't you know that?
I mean, I am the man. I am the man.
You are the man. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just like the Anthrax song goes, I am the man.
I don't think I know that one. Well done for you going out there to a music reference.
Anthrax. Woo! Who thought that would happen?
I'm scared. I need an adult. All right.
An adult to your adult.
So we're going to do January 15th review?
Yes.
All right. So... Hello and welcome to the Printed Panel Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Garen.
And this week we're going to talk about the January the 15th review.
And the meaning of life.
The universe and everything?
The universe and everything, yes.
42.
42?
Done.
Damn it,
we're
you
done.
beat me to 42. God, man. Again.
No.
I lost the game again.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of games, we've started recording video, planning to post to YouTube. Going to be getting very cool things out there, so definitely go check that out. We'll be sharing it on our Facebook page. I'm sure it'll eventually get shared to Twitter and all that good stuff, but go to YouTube and search the Printed Panel Podcast. You'll be able to find us. I will say I'm completely stupid, and so right now it's under my personal email, and there's a whole, we need to make our own page and make it official kind of thing. But hey, we're new to this, so what the heck?
I thought you did that already.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
You can tell we don't tell Garen
things
before the podcast.
It's okay.
So, January 15th review is going to be fun, but before we talk about it real quickly, what I was about to say is we're going to start a bit that will be video only called Whose is Bigger.
Stop. Okay, wait. Let's be clear.
No. Let's not be clear. Let's leave it open-ended while I explain it. So when we come in to record on Sunday, it's not uncomfortable.
He can't just.
I mean, clearly next week yours is going to be bigger. So we're going to bring our poll list in and just kind of as a little bit that will only be on the YouTubes, Facebook, whatever.
FaceTubes.
You'll be able to see kind of what our stacks look like,
right.
And literally whose is bigger. And for a couple of old white dudes at that, doing a podcast, what could be more fun than measuring?
Whose is bigger?
Yep, that's I'm gonna need you to do that intro every time.
The big announcer thing.
Yeah.
Whose is bigger? Okay.
Now the funny thing is, I know Garen's gonna win this almost every week, so I set myself up for some metaphorical humiliation.
Honestly, you could have bigger stacks if you just wanted to explore new things and try different things.
Here you are trying to get me to be experimental again.
But the reality is, though, my stuff's not even experimental. It's just continuing with really cool stuff. But you've dropped Fantastic Four and American and Amazing Spider-Man. What is up with you, Amazing Spider-Man? Dream dropped. What is up? What is that?
I can't go negative.
Who are you?
I can't go negative on the show.
I don't want you to go negative.
I can't go negative on the show.
Okay, fine.
I'll be honest. Actually, I think Amazing Spider-Man is in a better place right now than it's been in years.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time that reading Amazing Spider-Man was a little painful. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was very second or even third string in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, pre-Dan Slott was rough.
Yeah.
With Dan Slott, even into Superior was fantastic. And then Dan Slott, when they did Legacy and kind of rebooted things, it was just like, why is Peter a billionaire?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. There were a few issues there.
That doesn't work.
Now,
Peter
at the end of his run, though, with Red Goblin, it was truly one of the best runs you've ever done from any Spider-Man ever because you have Red Goblin, this new character. So
right.
So yeah, I mean, Nick Spencer, though, has done a really good job. He's been a solid writer.
I really like him with Ryan Otley's art.
Yeah, man, I love Ryan Otley.
And it's hard for me not to pick the book up when Ryan Otley's doing the interior art, but he dropped off for a while. So anyway.
All right.
So
January 15th.
Review
Are
for...
we recording? You sure you're recording?
I'm absolutely certain we're recording. You really just wanted me to pick that up and show you.
Yeah, I wanted to see. Okay.
See what I mean about having the controls where they're visible?
And those of you who don't know...
we do have a history of talking for 20 minutes and then realizing we haven't recorded anything.
But we changed things up on the recorder just a little bit, and we're making it a little more directional. And we're actually sitting side by side instead of across from each other. Because of video. But hopefully you can hear us better. Hopefully there's no drops.
If you see my hand going
Hey. Above the board, sir. All right, so let's talk a little bit. Hey, you anything in Dark Horse this week?
No.
Seriously, nothing?
Not a doggone thing.
All right, so they had Hellboy Winter Special was this year.
It was.
I don't really know why this week. Yeah, I don't know why they called it the Hellboy Winter Special because there's only one Hellboy segment out of 3.
Really?
It was a little disappointing.
So is it Mignola throughout?
Yeah, I mean it's still Mignola. That's fine.
He's so done with Hellboy.
I feel like he's just going to continue with some of this other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love Mike Mignola. His art is amazing. I really wish he would go back to doing covers for Marvel and DC. He did some amazing stuff. His Batman was truly amazing. So anyway, but the Hellboy portion, because there's three different vignettes and they're all pretty good. But the Hellboy was the first one. It was pretty awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about Kill Whitey Donovan. That's a book that we missed for whatever reason. I think we got shorted for the number 1s and number 2s came in within a couple weeks. So basically I had to catch up. But Kill Whitey Donovan is set during the Civil War. Whitey Donovan is an abusive drunk who they're in this small town, and he basically his betrothed is this young girl who realizes that Whitey Donovan raped and murdered her sister. So he's
betrothed to the sister of a woman he raped and murdered.
Exactly. So this young girl, Nellie, I think is her name, she decides, guess what? I'm going to go kill this SOB. So she literally takes a slave. They run to the front lines to find him so they can kill him. It's actually a pretty cool story. So issue 1 basically is them starting to run. And, of course, you don't just take a slave with you. I mean, it's not cool. They're runaway slaves, and they can be captured and killed. And even the person with them can be captured and killed. They're actually found by these bumbling Confederate soldiers who don't realize what's really going on. And they have to kind of talk their way out of it. Now, the slave herself, she was basically only forced into slavery after her plantation she was on was burned to the ground. She is highly educated. She's extremely intelligent, and she has to hide that from most of the people because you're not supposed to be educated as a slave. So it's a good book so far. I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. I think it's only 6 issues or 5 issues.
This is all subject matter I'm totally uncomfortable with.
Uncomfortable? Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Runaway slave? Right.
Slavery for me is like, ooh. Even when there's a really interesting story to tell, I can't. White guilt, I don't know.
I mean, that's okay. Told in the context of I'm going to go stab someone, I mean, I'm okay with. You're taking revenge? Let's go. I like the revenge portion. So, how about Image? What'd you have from Image this week?
You just want me to talk about Undiscovered Country.
Well, okay, so before that, I have one from Titan, which is Blade Runner number 5. This is set a few years into the future. The kid that they know is a quote-unquote skin job, but is an evolution of the skin job. She's on the planet with the Blade Runner that rescued her. And this is they basically had to run to one of these outer rim planets where all these replicants are out.
What exactly about Blade Runner makes them a quote-unquote Blade Runner? He didn't pull a knife in the entire movie. He's not on rollerblades.
Right. The Blade Runner is referring to the vehicle that they drive.
It's not shaped like a blade.
Yeah, but it kind of is, though, because
it's a Tesla.
Anyway, so it's a Tesla can fly. It's a blade.
It's the Tesla Cybertruck with propulsors.
I like that. I like the Cybertruck thing. It's pretty cool.
Do you really?
Oh God, yes. That Tesla truck.
Ew.
It is goofy and weird. I can't. I would love to drive one. I want to drive it, at least try it out. You know, when it does finally come out, I'm gonna try this truck out. If I can afford one, I'd buy one. It's a Tesla, for crying out loud. They should last for 1,000,000 years. You know, or at least 1,000. I don't know. Whatever. Half-life is whatever.
All right. Well, since we're not, we try to do all the indie stuff before we get to the big three.
Right.
Let me get two out of the way.
Blade Runner was good.
But Blade Runner as a name makes no sense. If that was a movie about rollerblading while catching androids or whatever.
Wasn't there a rollerblade movie that was terrible?
Rollerball.
Rollerball?
It wasn't terrible. had Rob Zombie music in it.
Didn't have like LL Cool J as an actor?
Yes. LL Cool J's amazing.
But as an actor, no.
Hey, Mama's going to say knock you out in a minute. All right. So, Dynamite. Betty Page Unbound #9.
Yes. That was this week.
Betty Page Unbound has... If you're not reading this, and most of you aren't, because I swear I think I'm the only person who pulls it. At this point, they're just printing issues for me. In 5 varying colors.
For David. Okay.
So, Betty Page Unbound #9, she got away from the Phasopods, I think is what they're called.
That's what we're calling them now? Really?
So it's a rip on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but the aliens are these humanoid bees. And Betty in issue...
Humanoid bees?
Humanoid bees.
As in bees! Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
like
all right.
in a ditch covered in fire and bees, yes. So she mentally connected to the hive mind in the last one, and that's kind of a big deal. And so in this one, she retreats to Alyssa's parents' house, and... The Phasopods show up to kill her, and Alyssa's mom and dad turn out to be awesome. And Mom is great with a quote-unquote scattergun. She comes out with a shotgun and is just blazing down Phasopods, which is
like a John Wick 3. John Wick
great.
3 with a shotgun, because he can hold a shotgun, man.
If we could resurrect Betty Page and put her in her prime, I would say she could do John Wick better than John Wick. And I know Keanu's a god, but Betty Page is Betty Page.
The god of shoot 'em ups. That's exactly.
So yeah, so I thoroughly have enjoyed every issue. I don't know. I'm a Betty Page fan, so maybe it does it for me. But it's very 50s, like over the top sci-fi. It's something nostalgic about it that I should have no nostalgia for.
Some of the best, most horrible movies, sci-fi movies, are from the 1950s.
Yeah.
The black and white, Forbidden Planet. I mean, just terrible movies. But they were so much fun because you knew. I was like, okay.
Well, their spy thrillers weren't bad either, and this is written. This is written along the lines of a spy thriller.
Really good. They were well written.
So the other indie I had before we get to Image is Rick and Morty versus D&D.
Paintscape #4.
Paintscape #4.
Yeah. This is the end of this one.
Yeah.
End of this run.
Yeah.
Guaranteed there'll be more.
Yeah,
It's been a huge seller.
Just like at the end of the first episode of Rick and Morty, at the end of the 4th issue of Volume 2, he's like, guarantee there's going to be a part 3. Just buy a bunch of copies for your friends. Woo! And you know what? I'm okay with that. And the coolest part is it shows Rick. So throughout this thing, D&D has become the structure of the real world for Morty and Summer and Jerry and Beth. And so they're having little D&D adventures, and Bard Rick, who wants to kill Rick because he created him and then just tossed him away.
Right. He did that. How many characters did he do that with, though? He had like hundreds. He like written a character.
Big binder full.
Yeah.
So
binders full of it.
So Bard Rick has taken over Earth with a bunch of Orcus demons.
Right.
And so Rick, stuck in his own pre-generated, very sophomoric effort D&D world, has leveled himself up. 5 levels of fighter, 5 levels of wizard, 5 levels of rogue, 5 levels of cleric, and he shows up with every major D&D artifact. I mean, he's got the Sunblade, he's got the Dragon Lance, and he comes back and takes out Bard Rick. And just when you think Rick's about to learn a lesson, like they sit down to play a game of D&D and the world goes back to normal, and Morty's going to DM. just when you think he's going to, pick up and dust off one of those old character sheets and convert it to 5th edition, he wads it up, throws it over his shoulder. So, in true Rick and Morty fashion, I think in some ways the comic gets it more true to the first couple of seasons than the show does.
Yeah, it's interesting. When it's not Dan Harmon writing it, it's something completely different.
Right.
This was a great license from Oni Press. It really was. So I'm really glad they picked it up because, quite frankly, it's been a lot of fun. Because I read the regular Rick and Morty from time to time. It's just a fun book.
It is, and you hear Justin Roiland in your head when it happens.
Oh yeah,
and, so it's great.
That's the best part is when that's one of my favorite things about reading books of these things that we like Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever. You can literally hear Luke Skywalker in your head reading a book, or you can hear Captain Picard when you're reading a Star Trek book. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to decide if I'm okay with the idea of the animated adventures of Luke and Leia being a comic instead of a show.
Don't know.
And I would read it. Marvel, I would read it.
Sounds kind of fun.
All right, Image. Undiscovered Country number 3.
Wait, come on. You're going to skip Dead Eyes?
No, I'm going to do Dead Eyes.
Oh, you Dead Eyes. Okay, that's your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undiscovered Country number 3. Can you get more messed up? Can you get more effed up in a series, period?
I like that it went and explored... What was that character's name?
Oh, the dude with the
crazy
coin.
guy.
The crazy guy
Yeah.
with the coin?
Yeah.
So essentially...
So he has an Eisenhower silver dollar.
Right.
And he's in Canada, outside the U.S., and his plan to figure out if there's time dilation within the U.S. is to send his bird in with the coin
and to see if it
and then
changes.
And he knows the migratory pattern,
Right.
and he's going to catch the bird on the other side, and then chemically test the coin to see how many years have passed. My problem with this is how long is the lifespan of that bird?
Well, I mean,
but
here's the thing. If a bird flies in and flies back out within, say, a few weeks, and there's a whole year passing, there's something
But
not...
my point is, what if there's 10?
Right.
The bird's just going to be dead in the U.S.
Exactly.
You're never going to know. He obviously is not that next-level genius, because I saw the flaw in his plan real quick.
The problem is he's not wrong. There's something wrong with time as it's going inside the United States because of the shield wall that they built, the actual electromagnetic shield.
You may have theories as to why at this point. I'm just going to sit back and let Charles Soule and Scott Snyder write this out for me, because theory crafting on why the time dilation is what it is, and the time is passing faster in the U.S. than the rest of the world. So it's been 30 years for the rest of the world since the United States closed off, but it may have been hundreds of years.
It's been 50 or more.
No, I'm betting more. I'm betting hundreds. I bet that's why the evolutionary cycle's all messed up, and we've got mutants, and we've got
all these talking sharks.
Craziness. And they're in a Walmart. They're in a rolling
Walmart. Yeah,
a rolling Walmart, and they talk about the event where Amazon finally absorbs.
And you know what? We don't want to talk about ancient history. It's what it's.
Yeah. It's so funny.
It's a tease. It's a
good
tease.
Throwaway.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's a future prediction that's very possible. It would be if Amazon wanted to do something to legitimately make a move in the world, to have retail stores buying Walmart and slapping Walmart/Amazon on the front of it and bringing Amazon brands into Walmart would be.
Here's my theory on this.
It also would be all of retail ever. You would never get anything else.
I mean, you and I both worked in retail quite some time. The reality is there's going to be a retail war at some point. And I don't mean a physical battle, but I mean a actual retail war. Because it used to be the retail wars were, it was...
I want a real war because some of those troops would be hilarious.
That'd be kind of funny.
We should write that comic.
It used to be Sears versus Montgomery Ward. It used to be JCPenney versus whatever. But now
Target versus Walmart.
And see, now what's happened is because Amazon is as big as it is, I won't be surprised to see Amazon start taking over old Kmart's, old Circuit Cities, old Toys R Us's, and turning them into an Amazon Superstore. Don't be surprised to see it, because it would help with shipping. It would help. They would let there have a drone fleet in every single location.
Oh, God.
I mean, this is not a joke. I do see this happening in the next few years. Mm-hmm. Malls may not be as big as they were, but you're going to start seeing
as big as they were. They're dead.
But you're going to start seeing strip malls making a big comeback because people are going to want to go to these Amazon stores. So it's a hunt for your own item. It's on aisle 62, section B. Section B. Oh my gosh, section B is full of bees. So. Yeah.
And the subtitle for this episode is the Bees episode.
It's the Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Bees. Yeah. Anyway, so
Deadeye's number 4.
God, what a great book. And here's the sad thing. I know it's a limited series, which really is disappointing because this is a great book. So
Jerry Dugan has become one of my very favorite writers.
So he steals not a drug sniffing dog, but a money sniffing dog. So he takes it to the building, and he basically he tells everybody in the building, "Yeah, I'm an inspector. We're a bedbug inspector." They're like, "Oh my God, bedbugs are still a thing?" "Yes, it's an epidemic, but we're just gonna sniff all the rooms." The dog almost immediately finds the money hidden in a wall. As he's cutting the wall open.
Well, what I love is he casually looks over at the guy who's been escorting him around and just knocks him out.
Bam! It's like, and you're out. So,
and then for no reason, as he cuts into the wall and gets the money, 2 guys in karate gis show up. It is the most, that is so comics. And they're explaining it away. They're coming into their apartment from karate practice or whatnot. But
and it wasn't inside their apartment. It was outside the apartment.
In the hallway.
In the hallway, exactly. Yeah. So... one guy attacks him. And
he goes to throw the punch, and he just pulls the saw up in the way, and the guy just cuts his fingers off.
And then he's like, the other guy starts attacking. He's like, you can stop, or you can take half the money. I can take half? Why half? Because I have the other half. What do you? I cut it open. I get the other half. Oh, call him under control about the dog, and he runs away. I mean, come on, it's perfect. And of course, then when he tries to give the money to the wife of the dead guy, she gets all mad, and tries to kill him.
She stabs him.
It's like no. No, this is bad. This is very bad for you.
But he finds a clue to his next heist.
Yes, he does.
So while he's dealing with the guy he killed 2 issues ago's widow,
he sees a picture on the wall.
He sees a picture on the wall that he snatches, and you're like, what? And
do you know why he snatched the picture?
Yeah, because he saw paintings in the background that there's a $10 million reward for.
Because they had been stolen from the Gardner Museum in the 1990s.
Right.
This is a real, very famous theft.
Yeah.
Where 2 guys walk in, hold up the security guard that's there, and steal millions of dollars worth of paintings just because the security's awful. And they completely walk away with... I mean, they say there's a $10 million reward, but that's $150 million worth of paintings. I mean,
right.
At least, if not more. So, yeah, it's pretty insane. This is where I'm like, Dugan, please, for the love of God, continue doing what you're doing. Let him be Deadeyes, or Red Rabbit. I come back to Dead Rabbit. Gotta let him be what he's going to be, but then continue the story. Keep it going, because, man, you could really do some good with this. So, it's more stealing from the mob. I'm happy with that. My last one from Image is Safe Sex, number 5. So
the book I got you started on and then dipped out on.
So they go in to rescue the dude, right? And they get caught. That's pretty much the story. It's basically it's an Ocean's 11 style heist, which is kind of cool.
But they screw up.
So
we'll find out next issue
they
screwed up on purpose, and that was always their plan.
Exactly, because Ocean's 11.
Right.
But they completely miscalculated who they were dealing with. They didn't realize they were actually dealing with people smarter than they were. So, they were caught. So, good book, though. It's really been fun. So, I've enjoyed this. I wish you hadn't dropped it, but okay. So, that's it for independent stuff, right? We're done?
Yeah, I have no DC, and you've got, a whole stack of titles.
You have no DC at all? None?
I picked up Detective Comics number 359 Facsimile Edition, but...
You want to talk about that?
Not really. Hey, but for those of you who did the poll on the internet, first of all, I'm ashamed of all of you for not knowing that immediately. Second of all, that's the Barbara Gordon Batgirl first appearance.
First Batgirl.
So,
pretty awesome. Batman's Grave number 4.
You and Ben are saying I gotta read the series. Yes, fine.
It's actually pretty great.
I get these pictures of Alfred being snarky. Well, first of all, Alfred's dead. Second of all,
this is a different reality.
No,
it's
don't pick the scab.
It's one of the 52 universes. Come on now.
He's dead, and I'm not okay with it.
The funniest part is this Alfred is not the same Alfred at all. This Alfred is this snarky kind of butthole. Hey, if these guys,
I don't know.
These guys are doing your job for you. Maybe you'd have time for making things out of ham.
Yeah, that was he lists a whole bunch of stuff. He's like, you could sell around the world. You could be a philanthropist. You could do this. You could do that. You could make things out of ham.
I mean, he's just as snarky. I think he's drunk half the time, which makes it even better. So, Batman's Grave. Essentially, Batman goes and finds this guy who's created these these machines, and as he goes in, he has to go have his special armor on and his mask because he realizes they're trying to poison him at the same time. This guy tries to stab him with like 18 hypodermic needles, and he gets bashed every single time. Stabs himself with his own hypodermic needle so he won't be able to talk to Batman. Batman cripples 3 different guys. Man, this is a good book. This is really a good book. So a lot of fun. So let me continue with DC since you don't have any DC there.
It's a very Garen-heavy episode.
Flash forward number 5. He gets his kids back. Kids are right there. He gets the twins back.
He got his kids back 2 issues ago.
Last issue. Issue 4.
2 issues ago.
So as he's trying to get the kids are running with him, and this darkness overwhelms them yet again. They've been trying to get off this one planet for years and years, but they can't do it because the darkness, the dark multiverse keeps getting them. Turns out, he created the dark multiverse.
You're saying
he created this planet in the dark multiverse because when his kids were taken from him, he went to a very dark place. This is his planet that he created. There's a Mobius chair in the middle of the planet. He actually has to go get on the Mobius chair to go rescue the kids. So we're going to see that in issue 6.
So he's rescued his kid like 5 times.
So anyway, He-Man, the Masters of the Multiverse.
Yep.
Toy He-Man gets killed.
Oh.
It's kind of sad. Keldor is leaning more and more toward being Skeletor. He isn't quite there yet, but he's you can tell he's like, he understands what Skeletor's going through, but at the same time he's like, dude, you could be better. You could be a good person if you wanted to. And Skeletor's like, who are you? No, I like being a bad guy. It's pretty great. So Legion of Superheroes number 3. so John, thinking, hey, I'm gonna bring my best friend into the future, brings Robin, Damian, into the future, and of course they immediately go, that can't be Robin. Is that Robin? Oh my God, is that Damian? He can't be here. Literally, they wipe his mind and then immediately drag Robin back to the past.
Okay, that's pretty good.
They're like, he can't be here. You can't bring him here. Why not? Because he's Robin. Because he's Damian Wayne. That's why. They are terrified of what Damian Wayne could be. They literally have been working in different ways to make sure that there's 2 different realities. One where Damian Wayne is a butthole, and one where he's a good guy. They quite literally are trying to figure out, to make sure that he's following the right path. That's not a joke. They're trying to make sure that they fix the future because of Damian Wayne.
I kind of need Damian to grow up and become the dark.
Well, we've seen it.
The dark Batman.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that Batman. We've seen that Damian Wayne. So yeah.
But I mean, that's what I want out of Damian. I do not want Damian to grow up and be altruistic and be his father.
No, but I also don't want him to be evil either.
Well, I don't know about evil, just really efficient.
That's it for DC for me. So I'm good with DC.
Your list was at least 5 times longer than mine.
At least, if not 5 times. Yeah. Okay.
And then Marvel. My list is very long. Avengers number 29.
Well, my list is 2, but I do apologize. There's one I didn't get to read because it was in the stack and I got pushed behind. I didn't mean to, but
interestingly enough, I did have a second book. I had Incredible Hulk number 180 facsimile edition, which is the real first appearance of the Wolverine.
Actual.
And the reason that I bring this up is for years and years and years and years and years, the first full appearance of Wolverine is issue number 181.
Right.
But he truly appeared for the first time at the last panel with his claws out and said, if you think he's tough, try the Wolverine. And he's got, weirdly enough, his claws this way. And very similar to that, you get the first appearance of Starbrand in the very last panel of Avengers 29. Yep. And it's a little blonde human woman who is pregnant.
Yep. So, by the way, the War Widow battles Silver Surfer. That's in Avengers number 29. Holy crap.
Holds no candle to the Boy Thing Ronin armor on Blade.
Boy Thing Ronin Blade armor, which is burning him the whole time. He's like, nope, I'm on fire. I'm fine. It's all good. I'm fine. Yeah. I mean, what a fantastic storyline. I tell you what, Jason Aaron has really done a great job here.
And he stabs Surfer through the chest with his sword.
Yeah.
and burns him, and he's like, "Even you feel fear," you know. And then that's when Widow comments, "Well, you're inside him, don't you?" Feel, oh yeah, I'm burning like
I'm burning like hell. I say this. It hurts like hell, but you know, I'm still doing it.
I'm kicking his ass. So
yeah, that's like that's Blade's level of anger. Like, I'm gonna get you back. Trust me. Don't you worry. It's gonna hurt. I may lose something, but guess what? I'm gonna hurt you first.
Yeah,
hurt you worse.
So that's it.
That's it for me. Yeah, and I apologize. I honestly, that was Valkyrie. Valkyrie 7 didn't get to. I feel bad. So sorry, guys.
Valkyrie, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so we gotta dub the book of the week, which will be a lot more fun in the visual spectrum. We can both hold our issues up and like.
Deadass 4.
Damn it! That was the one I was going with.
Well, you can have that one if you want. If I do something else. Usually you and I have pretty much the same within one or two of the same.
Great
books.
minds do think alike.
Yeah. So, were you thinking Undiscovered Country instead?
No, I'll take Deadeye. I'll take Undiscovered Country.
Okay.
Undiscovered Country number 3.
Yeah.
Deadeye's number 4.
Interesting. No Marvel or DC books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avengers were good, but it didn't quite qualify.
Yeah, I mean, because it's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the standard you've come to expect.
All right, so we're gonna have another
Undiscovered Country as my pick of the week.
We'll have another contest. We were neck and neck earlier. I don't know if we still are.
Thor and
check it out. Yeah, for last week. Now that was Thor Star Wars. That was 50-50. Yeah.
I couldn't even get one of my friends to tag in and run that one. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go do a previews episode and then build toward maybe an interview today.
Yeah. Should have a fun interview. And we'll show you back with that one. Thanks, guys, for listening as always, and have a great one.
Okay, love you. Bye. 30 minutes, 29 minutes and 43 seconds. I like it.
Okay.
Bye, Z's.